can hear you nice and clear.
Good.
We did it!
Yay! Sorry, guys. We're a little bit excited for our first live together.
Oh, yes.
How are you doing, beautiful?
I'm good. I just picked an angel card before I started. Do you want to hear it?
Oh, did you?
Yeah. So it was Aurora, and it says, "You are flying high right now," which I bloody well am. Which may threaten others. So it may threaten others if they're in that space, in that consciousness. But don't descend, because others will soon become inspired by your example. And that is what we're
100%.
doing today. Yeah. Oh my gosh, we're here.
We're here. We're finally here. I can't see who's joined. Can you?
What's that again?
Can you see who's joined? Because I can't.
Oh, yes, I can. Hold on. So far I've got 5. Yep, so we've got Kevin, Georgie, my mate Georgie. We've got who else? Jill's on.
Oh, that's my mum.
Right, oh, Mum.
Hi. Hi, Mum. I'm on the telly.
Yeah. And Anthony. Is it? Yeah, I think. No, it's not. It's CRSE. I think that's oh, my names are going. Oh my God. I'm gone. The name's on the tip of my tongue. Sorry, I forgot them.
Mum's put hiya. Hi, Mum.
Hi. So I'm hoping my reception's okay. I might even just prop myself up by the wall where.
Yeah, can anyone hear me? Let's
just. Yeah, I'm right, that should be okay.
I can't believe we've done this first time. It's work first time.
Wow. Right, so let's just introduce ourselves first. So I'm Rachel, for those that don't know me, but this will be, I'm going to send this out anyway so people can see it if they can't jump on Friday night, so people may be out. But over to you.
Yeah, I'm Laura. I'm at the Butterfly Journey, obviously, and we're both on this journey together, me and Rachel, and it's been fantastic so far. So we really wanted to collaborate and sort of put our ideas together, and kind of we're sort of bunny, aren't we?
Yeah, and just to
loving life,
change our lives as well, really, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%.
And we just got off the call to Georgia, the
lovely Georgia.
And she was just saying that there was about 60 of us, I believe, on Brett's course. In the first course, and now
in the first course,
and now there's 17 ambassadors, and that's including me and Laura.
Yeah, loving it. We've just basically had a call with Georgia, and it's like, because me and Rachel are now ambassadors for the next course, and there's 17 of us, and we're now going to help the next group. You know, like me and Rachel have just been helped, you know, magically.
Yeah.
We're now going to help other people do the same thing, and it is absolutely incredible.
And that's what it's all about as well, isn't it? The knowledge that we're gaining from what we've learned, it's about shining that light onto others.
Yeah.
And to show them that they haven't got to suffer anymore. There's so many different types of suffering, isn't there? Like fear, anxiety, depression.
Definitely. And there's so much about it, isn't there?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, even me and you, like when we've sort of had this journey together, but when we speak every night, when we do the meditations together, we always say like how our mental health and our stories and our thoughts keep holding us back for so many years. And it does the same thing for everybody else as well, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's so true. And to me, the course alone couldn't come at a better time. Like, you know, we speak, and obviously there's certain things that I was going through at the time. My anxiety was so high. I'm fine with it. The anxiety I was experiencing was very high, and I just didn't see a way out. You know, I was identifying with everything that was going on in the mind. My mind was just everywhere else but the present moment. And that alone, that first meditation that we done, Be Here Now, it's so true, because I did write a note down earlier, because I was talking with someone and about someone that had loved one pass away. And
Yeah. I'm gonna have to put these in because I can't hear. Sorry, one sec.
I'm gonna
have to put my earphones in because I can't hear properly.
I might even just pop this here.
It's my phone.
Oh dear, yeah, no, put that in. I can't think where my notes gone. Yeah, so there was a couple of, like, I'm so much more aware when I'm having conversations with people, or even in my own head, I'm just so aware of things now, and how much it just shows me how much people are suffering in their minds. And I was on a little training session not long ago, and this woman had, obviously her father had passed, and it just made me think about what we learn with Brett about what the Buddha says. Life is impermanence. I mean, it's forever changing, and until we have something so good in our lives, we don't want it to end, do we?
No, of course not. Never.
Programs. Yeah, we don't want it to end, and we have to come to realization that life is impermanence. We change, our bodies change, we don't
evolve
in the past or worrying about the future, that we're never actually in this very present moment, and we miss out on so much. So
internet's going.
That loved one that had passed, is it mine?
I don't know.
Oh gosh, hold on. So I could go downstairs, but it might be quite noisy. So I'm going to head downstairs in the other room. Hold on. My internet's bad up there. Sorry, everyone. Just bear with me. Right, okay. So this should be better.
Yeah,
right.
I can hear you now.
Yeah, I'm downstairs now, so. But you might hear my son having a
okay.
screaming shout. Yeah, hopefully now that'll be fine. So, yeah, so I was just touching base on when there's been a passing of a loved one, pain comes up, suffering, and in life there is always going to be pain. But when we can come to terms of the what the Buddha says, life is impermanence, which is mean life is always changing. We're always changing. The body's changing. There's so much change. Everything. The mind changes, and we identify with the mind, and with it, we think that nothing changes. But when we can work on non-attachment and know that we are born and we're going to die, nothing lasts forever.
Unfortunately, we are.
Yeah, but it's about what is happening in between that, like
exactly that journey, that process.
Yeah, exactly. And if we're not present, we're missing out.
We're never going to enjoy exactly that. Do you know what, love? That's what me and my mum keep talking about recently, is the fact that we always want to get to that destination, or I did, always wanted to get to that destination, always wanted to get somewhere better and always get what I wanted, but then forget the whole journey along the way. And the whole journey along the way is tests and, the process and learning things and evolving and growing. But if you don't enjoy that moment with, your family, you're never going to be happy.
If you notice as well, like when there has been a passing, it's like, oh, I wish I'd done this, I wish I'd done that.
Yeah. I never want to get to my deathbed and go, I wish I'd done that. Oh, I wish I'd done this.
And do you know what? When I was having that fall, I was actually holding Rocco, and we was in the front room and we was having a cuddle. And I was just like, wow, like, hold on a minute. I'm going to be present right now. And I was just thinking everything that was going through me, like him laying on my chest, watching telly, him laughing, the warmth I felt. I was so aware of everything that was happening in that moment.
Yeah. But it's hard for people to grasp that, isn't it? It's really hard for people to grasp that unless they are awakened, basically, and being present. And we're not being spiritual, we're not being woo-woo. We're basically just trying to say, be present and enjoy the process of life, because if we don't enjoy that, you're going to go to your deathbed, I'm sorry to say, going, oh, you know what, I wish I'd said to my granddaughter, I love you,
Yeah.
or me dad or me mum, you know?
And also, like, I am, I'm quite like this. Like, well, I was. People, sometimes someone would be talking to me and my head would be elsewhere,
Yeah,
either
same,
worrying
same.
about something else or something that I don't even have a clue what they've just said to me.
Yeah.
And that is how much you can be away with the thoughts.
Yes. You know, I don't know if you know this story. My mum does, obviously. But when I was younger, I was that. She might have thought I was very, very ungrateful, but I was that away with the fairies or that way away with the future that when I was little, I was like 9 years old, and I'd get my Christmas presents and I'd say, "Oh, thank you so much for my Christmas presents, but next year can I have this?"
Yeah.
And to her, she'd probably think I'm so ungrateful,
Yeah.
but I was thinking of the future,
Yeah.
and that's always how I've been.
Yeah. And that's the thing, now you're so much more aware of even those things back then.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
so much more aware of
yeah.
all of that. And that's what it's all about. It's about awareness, and like meditation, like it's not just about sitting there cross-legged,
No, it isn't. Nah.
and clearing your mind. You've actually got to go into your mind to see where it is your mind goes. Is it in the past?
Yeah,
Is it in the
yeah,
future? Is it in the planning? Is it in the organizing? Because our minds just race and race and race. You need to slow it
yeah,
down.
yeah. And that's the thing, isn't it? Like both of our minds are so miles an hour that we
Mm,
need to sort of slow it down. And meditation is the key. It really,
yeah,
really is. I
yeah.
know it sounds really woo-woo to people that are not aligned to it.
But a lot of people don't understand,
No, they don't.
like what I just
They're
said, understand what it,
uneducated. That's all it is.
yeah,
Uneducated.
yeah, yeah. And I think honestly, like this, it drives me insane that they don't have this in schools.
I
We don't
know.
get
We
we
need
don't
to
get
bring that in
taught about
schools.
feelings, emotions, our thoughts. We should.
Yeah. We
Why
should
not?
really. Jamie
Yeah,
Oliver did it with
yeah,
cooking.
yeah. Yeah, I just think it's so important. Can you imagine if kids grew up knowing how to deal with their emotions, knowing how to deal with their
Yeah.
thoughts?
They wouldn't have like self-limiting beliefs or, you know, anything like that.
And the amount of mental health issues as well, even in kids,
There's so much.
it's taking their own lives. It's not. I'm not like trying to say it's to bring a downer on it, but it is life. And I know one thing is for sure: I'm going to be teaching my son
Oh,
about all this.
100%.
I don't want him to
100%.
suffer and
And
been
that's what
through
I
what
want.
I've
And you
been
know
through.
what? I don't want to bring it down on it either, but, you know, like I couldn't have kids, or I thought I couldn't have kids years and years ago. And that was what sort of spiraled me out of control for quite a long time,
Mm,
you know. And now that I could, you know, sort of, I wasn't ready for it, but now that I am,
yeah,
I can sort of teach my kids, you know,
yeah.
this, you know, the positivity, and this is how we're supposed to be. And, you know,
And just so they like, we try and hide our feelings as well. And
mm,
sometimes you need to go into what you're feeling and know it's okay. Like, so now, like, one of my favorite topics actually was the emotional intelligence,
yeah,
because I was so easily angered or so easily frustrated with others. But when I actually learned
yeah.
to
I
take
remember this conversation we
responsibility for,
had.
yeah, taking responsibility for how I felt rather than blaming the other person, like what Brett says, they act as catalysts. But
Yeah, yeah,
rather than blaming them, it's time for you to take
yeah. It's like a
responsibility for
mirror
yourself.
reflection, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah. And it's just it is time for you just to sort of go in yourself. And one thing that I loved what he said is about forgive. So do you remember when he said like
Yeah,
about forgiving someone?
yeah.
So me and my mum, we didn't really have that relationship, did we? And it's good
No.
to talk about this and people
Yeah,
listening, because
100%.
he
Yeah.
said about forgiving that person, and I was like, I'm not forgiving my mum. Like, I felt like she left me when I needed her.
Mhm.
Why should I forgive her? And he said, whoa, hold on, you're not
Yeah. It's
forgiving
the
your mum.
ego.
Yeah, exactly, you're forgiving her for you, because if I held on to resentment for so long,
Yeah, you're
right,
suffering, darling. You're suppressing your feelings, and that's
yeah,
it. Yeah.
exactly. And it was just like that moment I rang her and just said, mum, do you know what, I love you and I forgive you, and I'm sorry for being so judgmental about you.
I
And do you
love
know
that.
what?
I love
That
that.
just, yeah, something lifted inside me that day, because I thought that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, okay. And she only ever done what she done back then with the level of consciousness, the level of awareness.
Exactly. Yeah, because that's what she's been trained to do. It's what she's subconsciously been, society has conditioned her that way. And
Yeah.
like all our parents, no disrespect to my mum or my dad or anybody else that have
No.
been in my family, and the same with your family, but
Yeah.
that's how we're conditioned in
Yeah.
society. You know what I mean? We
Yeah.
we feel the same because they're not awake, and not in a bad way,
It's like
you know.
sleepwalking through life, isn't it, really?
Yes, sleepwalking through life. Love that.
Yeah,
Yes.
and that's why that they don't see that they're doing wrong, but yet we will judge and be like,
Yeah.
oh, because my thing was like, I feel like I'm the mum and she's the daughter,
Yeah.
and things like that. And now I thought, hold on, but she hasn't. That was her way of thinking. She was not aware. So in her head, she done nothing wrong because she wasn't aware, and I forgive
No,
her.
yeah.
And
Of
it is
course,
about
yeah.
forgiveness, about just taking responsibility, full
Yeah,
responsibility. Now,
yeah.
when I don't I don't really get upset with anyone. I won't
No.
allow that. I have that emotional intelligence now. Like something happened not long ago, where someone got in contact with me where it wasn't a good thing to do. Now, usually before I would have got angry and pissed off, like, whoa, hold on, what you done to me and you want to call me. But I was just so calm, you know.
I know. That's why
I
I'm
was so
laughing. I'm
calm.
like,
But
I know
then,
this.
yeah, but when I got off the phone to that person, I was like,
Hmm.
oh, and this
Yeah.
literally, I could
And
feel
you
my
could
blood
have really
boiling.
sat with that for the rest of the day, for the rest of the
Yes,
week, and then took it out with everybody else in your family.
yeah,
And then you said to me, right, no, I'm going to be calm. And then it made your day and your night and your whole week a lot more better, didn't it?
yeah, yeah. Because I've done that meditation as well, the emotional intelligence
Yeah.
meditation.
Hmm.
And it just really brought me back down to like, come on, look how far you've come now.
Yeah. It's how you
And,
look at
and,
things.
and the next day, it was just, before I would have woke up the next day and been like, so just pissed off. And I would, like you said, I would have held on to it. You have to forgive yourself to forgive others.
Yeah. Love that, Jane.
Yeah.
Hi, Jane. That's my friend, that Jane.
Oh, hi. You do, yeah, and it is
Yeah,
about
she's so
self-love.
right. Do you know what? She's been really, really good to me as well. Like, she knows. I've always gone to her with my problems. Bless her. Yeah,
Oh,
she's so right. Yeah, 100%.
yeah, and it is.
Um,
You do have, and it is an inside job. You do, you know, a lot of people are like worrying about what others think of them. I've got
yeah,
a friend
and
who
I
goes back
have
to
a
work.
massive, sorry, I
No,
did have a massive, massive fear about that, like what people thought of me. And I'm 36 and I had so much fear about what people thought of me. But why would I have that much fear about what people think
yeah,
of me? It's wasting my own life and my potential and what I want to do in life.
yeah,
Fuck
yeah,
them.
yeah. And I think that
Really?
I was just talking to one of my friends earlier, and she's coming back to work, and she she was so worried about what people if people were going to call her big, and I went, don't worry. I said, don't worry what others think of you. What matters the most is what you think of yourself.
Yeah,
And like
definitely.
what Jane just said, like you have got to love yourself.
Yeah,
You know,
really, really do.
you come in this world on your own, and you leave this world on your own. You're
You
born
do. But
free
because of
spirit, and
society, like Brett says, our lovely Brett, we love our Brett. It sounds like we're in a cult, doesn't it? Actually, sometimes we're not in a cult. I
go
promise
follow
you.
Brett Moran.
We love Brett because you know what? I followed him like years ago. Years ago, go back to his old like YouTube videos. I was showing my mum the other day, and he's got short hair. You know, you're like thinking, what? He's got short hair. He's just so like vulnerable, bless him. But to
Mm.
like what he is now, but he makes sense. I have no idea where I was going with that.
He just literally I know what you mean. He makes so much sense, but he doesn't go
He
into
does.
theory of things. He
No,
just
he doesn't. And that's why
says
we
it how
like
it is.
him.
Yeah, and he says it so you can understand. Now I've followed so many people before, and I just found it so hot. Like,
Same.
yeah,
Boring and like too much scientifically shit. And I was like,
yeah,
I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it.
yeah,
I'm quite layman's terms and I'm quite practical and I'll do as I go or I'll learn as I go and things like that. I'd rather see, I don't know, I'm quite, you know, I like a cheeky chappy, and that's what you're like, and that's what Brett's like, and that's how I am as well.
Yeah.
I'm seeing all these.
So
I
you'll
have no
know
idea
you're
what they're
on the
saying.
right path when your head and heart meet each other. Took me 4 years, but my path is now forwards. And if others are with me, that's fine. That's beautiful. That is,
Oh, she's
yeah.
lovely,
And
Jane.
and
Honestly,
also, actually, that got me thinking. That I'm going to try and remember it. Oh gosh, what's that man's name? Is it Maju? I'll
Medu,
have to think. I can't remember his name.
Medusa.
So sorry. It was something about lead your head to your heart, and lead your head to your heart.
Ask Jane; she'll know.
Yeah, it's something about
Jane,
lead your head
comment
to your
below.
heart. Yeah, come on, and I'm gonna get the quote now, and I'll put it up later. I'm really sorry, I can't
Right.
remember.
Okay. Cool.
But it was so good. It was so true as well. There's me saying it's so true, and I can't bloody remember it. But yeah, it was good. All right.
The thing
I'll
is,
put it
though,
up.
we're learning. I mean, how many years have you been sort of working on yourself? How many years have you been self-developing?
So I was in quite an abusive relationship about 10 years ago,
Same.
and yeah, and my life was sort of just everywhere. And obviously, I got with Dan, and I was slowly with him, getting not getting into meditations or anything, but just working on myself in the sense of just getting myself well. Does that matter? Lead your head to your heart, and your heart will lead your head to where it's meant to be. Yeah.
Yeah. Go on, Jane.
So yeah, I started really and truly. I would say the moment I faced my fears was about 4 years ago, and that's when I took the step into doing yoga, becoming a yoga
Yeah.
teacher. And that was like my main biggest step, because I never believed in myself. And even then, before that time I took that step, I didn't have that belief in myself. I had low self-esteem, and that was an old program in my mind, because I remember my dad used to say to me, "Oh, don't bother going to college. You're not going to stick at it." And that was
And that's it,
really
isn't
like
it?
damaging for
That's the
me,
traumas.
because
Of
yeah,
course it is. The little things that people say back in the day. It could be your parents. It could be people at school. It could be anybody that you've come across paths with when you were little. It will
yeah,
stick in your mind. You'll always think, "I'm not good enough," and it stems
yeah,
from somewhere.
yeah, definitely,
And we're stuck with
100%.
them beliefs, aren't we? And it's not
Oh
just
yeah.
us. It's a lot of people out there.
And like what Brett says, I love this, that he used the analogy of the onion. So
Yeah.
you've got an
Yeah.
onion, and in the middle of that onion, what's there?
Yeah.
Once you've peeled all that onion, what's there?
Yeah. Yeah.
Nothing. It's
Yeah.
that emptiness. And that's like
Nothingness.
us. We take away the layers. We
Yeah.
we as we're progressing in life with this journey
Yeah.
that we're
We're
taking,
evolving.
we're
Yeah. We're up
slowly stripping
leveling.
these layers. Yeah,
Yeah.
and those
Yeah.
layers are the program. So that's that
Yeah.
program gone, that program gone,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
you just come to the core, that
Yeah.
emptiness. That
And
emptiness doesn't mean being empty. It's everything.
it's free. It means
Yeah,
free. You're being free because you're free from the monkey mind that goes off in your mind.
yeah,
You're free from the stupid little thoughts that you have and the scenarios that you have in your mind. You
yeah.
know, creating stories. I used to create so many stories.
Just from one
I would
thought.
literally, yeah, one thought would come in. Oh, he don't like me. I would create the whole scenario
Yeah,
of everything that happened,
yeah,
and it never happened. It didn't even get to that point.
yeah,
But you do think that, and unfortunately, that's what we all go through. And we really, really do need to be mindful of it's just thoughts. It's just
yeah,
thoughts,
yeah.
you know?
And the thoughts are
They're
not
not
you.
real, you
Yeah,
know?
that's it. It's not reality, yet we believe
No,
it
it's
to be
not. Yeah,
reality.
exactly. So
Yeah,
they let the thoughts come through. So like meditation, like what we've been learning, you have your meditation, you do your meditation, you get better with practice. And the more meditation you get and you do, you sort of connect to the higher power. Okay, I'm getting a bit spiritual
no,
now, but you
it's
do.
true. It's true. It is
Or
true.
you get to yourself, or you get to have a quiet time with yourself if you don't
Mm.
want to do woo woo stuff, you know. Um, and then you realize that the thoughts are nothing. They pass through you, and you can be your authentic self. You're gonna go
Yeah,
at the end of this life, you know, aren't you?
yeah.
So why
Exactly.
care what people think?
I find as well what has helped me, especially when I start getting these thoughts, because I still get them. Brett still gets
Yeah, of
them.
course we all
He's
do. Yeah,
practicing 20
he's done
years.
it
But
20 years. Yeah.
I find something that really helps me is if I'm in a moment but now I can stop myself rather than turning it into a story. I'm
Yeah,
like,
you're really
okay,
good
I've
at
just
this.
had a
Yeah,
thought.
yeah,
Before it turns into a story, what I do is look around me and I'm like, oh, look, there's a tree there. I'm standing here and I start being
yeah.
mindful of what's around me because it
What's
takes,
around you? Yeah.
yeah, because it takes me to reality of what is
Hmm.
actually that.
And the
The only,
abundance of what we've
yeah,
got
exactly. And there's abundance of so much, like there's
everywhere.
so
And
much. Yeah,
when I was younger, like my mum used to take me on holiday and whatever, and you would literally go to have a good time. I would never look at the culture or the buildings or the trees or anything like that. And I used to think, Mum, Dad, you're very old, you know, whatever.
mm,
But
yeah.
now I'm like,
Take so much for
whoa,
granted.
my eyes are open and I look at every single thing that's so amazing in front of me, so
Yeah,
magical. And the
yeah,
more you appreciate stuff, the more you're grateful for. And the more you're grateful, the more abundance comes into your life.
yeah, definitely. I
Isn't that
agree.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. 100%. Oh.
We have not stopped chatting. I don't even know who's on it. I'm sorry. It's like it's our own phone call.
I know it is. We forgot.
I'm really sorry, guys.
Another little thing, actually, I wanted to touch base on. So I just wrote some notes down of what things that
Same.
that I've had conversation with people, and twice this week I've had two people talk to me about being unhappy in their relationship,
Mm-hmm.
and
I've been there.
yeah, and all they do is blame the other person.
Yep.
But yeah, okay, that like we said, they may be the trigger, but people who trigger you are gifts in life. But
Mm-hmm.
what I said to
Test.
them is, what is love without happiness? Because what I said, why are you with this person if you're so unhappy and you feel like this? Like, why is it? Because I love them. And I said, what is love without happiness?
I say
You
that.
know,
Mm.
it's so true. And it's the programs in our mind that we're scared of change.
Well, what it is because they're familiar with the
Yeah,
situation that they're in, and they're scared of the unknown. I
yeah,
say I was scared of the unknown. It's
yeah.
if you leave that person, although you know they're treating you like shit, if you leave that person, you're about to go into the unknown. And before you go into the unknown, you feel like you're worthless. You feel like
Yeah,
you're, you don't feel like a good person. You feel unloved. So if you're going to go
yeah.
into that world like that,
Mm.
then you're scared. It's
And,
the unknown. It's the
yeah,
unknown. So it's taking that leap of faith.
and
And
it's also they're going into the future, tthinking about future
yeah,
things when that
yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
exist, and you don't know what the future holds. But
Mm-hmm.
would you rather live being unhappy or
100%.
and
But not
just be
everyone knows this, do
present?
they?
Yeah, you can love
Uh,
someone and not be in love because you love
yeah,
the comfort and won't know how to love the
yeah.
unknown.
But honestly, um,
So you can
Jane's
love
really
someone
good
and
with stuff
yeah,
like this.
yeah,
She is. She's like on point with stuff like this. She's been through the same sort of stuff, if not worse.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, I won't. That's not my place to say anything. But let's get her on a live one next time.
yeah, definitely,
Come on,
100%,
Jane, you coming on a live next time?
100%.
But
But it's
she is really good. I think she's on the course as well with us next week.
oh, wicked.
Yeah. But yeah, I 100% know what you mean. We've all been there. I think
Mm,
I think you've been there, haven't you?
yeah.
Um,
It is hard when
and
you're
it's
in that situation. It is hard, but
mm,
by continuing on this path, on this journey, you are able to. I've just laughed out loud at that, Laura. Come on live now if you want, but it has been a while, so we'll do it definitely next time.
and our special guest
Um,
is Jane.
yeah, so it's not easy. It's not this journey that we're on. It's not easy. It
It's
takes
not. It's not. No one's
determination.
got a manual for it.
No, no. It takes discipline. It takes dedication, consistency.
But it
Um,
gets easier.
yeah,
It
and you
really
enjoy
does,
it.
doesn't it? We
You
do.
enjoy
We
it.
love it. We buzz
We
off
are
each other,
so
don't we, love?
high on life and not high on drugs anymore. I used to take
Yeah.
drugs, and I'm not afraid to admit that.
Yeah.
But
Let's be
now,
honest, right? we both loved alcohol. We both loved drugs back in the day. Sorry, Mum. And she knows that, you know, we did. You'd get a quick gratification, because that's all we knew. That's what our levels of consciousness allowed us to be at, right? And now we didn't know any different. But now we do know the difference and how to change our mindset, change our perspective.
Yeah.
There is another way, let me tell you. It's guaranteed, isn't it? We wouldn't act like this, would we?
Well, I was just trying to block things out all the time. So I was smoking weed
same.
and
Suppress
taking
the
drugs.
feelings.
And to me, it was just blocking everything out, what I thought it was. But it was doing my body.
Yeah, same.
It was doing me harm. This is not doing me harm.
You don't realise that at the time.
Yeah, this is more than anything. I feel I am on this constant buzz. And I wake up with energy, and like my mindset is just completely different.
Raise your vibrations and the universe will match you there. And that's exactly how it's meant to be. It really, really is. Yeah. You cannot have what you are not willing to become. And that's what I've sort of, like, the pennies dropped for me recently. Like, I'm such a big, massive believer in law of attraction. You know that, Rach, and I think Jane and everybody else knows I love law of attraction. But if you want something in life, you can't write it on a piece of paper and expect it to happen. You have to match that vibration, match that frequency.
Yeah.
And
you know, you're thinking
you've got to become that thing. You've got to become that feeling.
Exactly.
So the path and the journey that me and you are on and everybody else is on is a better way of life. And even if you don't take anything from this, at least take the positivity, you know?
Yeah. And even what we're doing right now, we are facing our fears. Like you said, you're good at
video. Yeah, I was scared to come on here today.
But me and you are both a bit, like, I've been doing a lot of lives because now I'm thinking I'm sick and tired of fear holding me back in life.
Yes.
Like, it's from
High
old
five,
programs,
girl.
not believing in myself and boom.
Exactly.
Yeah,
you know, and there is no fear. We shouldn't be scared, you know. All we're trying to do is help other people see how we see. And, you know, it's our ego getting in the way if we're scared, isn't it? Yeah. You know, we need to get ourselves out the way, you know, forget how embarrassing or cringy we look. Just give out the good content and give out the good value. We're helping other people. And that's all that matters.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
Oh, Amanda. Hi, Mandy. You girls are amazing. Oh, thank you. That's my dad's, I don't know how to put you, girlfriend type thing.
Ooh. Oh, lovely.
She's a family friend, been a family friend for a long, long time. Sorry if I just embarrassed you, Amanda.
You're both coming across really well done, lady. So,
oh, thanks, Mama. That's my mum.
Thank you so much.
Love you, Mum. Keep going.
Hello, Mum.
Oh,
you're my mum as well. We're all one.
That's you're Rachel's mum too.
We are all one.
We're all one. Yeah, we're all
I am love. I am one.
I am one, and the universe. Oh, I thought we were going to say it together.
Oh, sorry.
Can I just say though, Rach, I have missed you.
I've missed you too.
Oh.
Honestly, we went off the radar a bit, didn't we? Life got in the way, you know.
Yeah.
Old programs tried to sneak in, but we're back on track. Oh, we're starting the course again, aren't we? On Sunday. So
yeah, if you're all interested on, you know, finding out a little bit more,
get
join
in contact with one of us. And honestly, I can say it has completely changed my life, the way I think about things.
Saved my life.
So much more aware of things. Like, if you want to come on this path, you can do it. You know, we're teaching as well, so we're out there to teach. But if you want to deepen your knowledge with it, or you want to even become a certified meditation and mindset coach, there's still time as well to come on to the course. I'm sure there is.
It's a journey of self-discovery, isn't it? And we're still learning. You know, we're not, you know, pros and perfect at this. We're still healing and learning, you know, and the more that we learn and heal, the more that you get to see, and the more that you'll trust in us as well. You know,
Yeah.
it's an amazing journey, and I
Couldn't agree more.
know I'm on the right path. I'm going to
Yeah.
go to Thailand next year as well. Yay!
Honestly, though, this
So
is the buzz that
excited.
you get. Like, and do you
I
know what?
know.
I'm buzzing like this. And can I just say something? At 3 o'clock this morning, so I have had 2 hours sleep, but I'm like this.
Yeah,
Three
I
o'clock
have
this
as well.
morning, we've just moved into a house. My alarm started going off.
Oh, have you
Beep,
seen a
beep,
house?
beep. Like
Oh,
literally loud.
totally
No,
jealous.
it was saying, oh gosh, what is it? Carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide.
I thought you were going to say carbonara then.
No, carbon dioxide was in my house. It was saying
What?
that, and it was going, evacuate the house, evacuate the house. And I was like, it's at 3 o'clock in the morning. Like, oh, what's going on?
Hang on, let me just stop you there. So you've got an alarm saying there's carbon dioxide in your house.
Yeah.
I don't even, my fire alarm doesn't even work.
Get that sorted. But no, we've got that. I think it's called Nest. So it lets us know if there is. But luckily enough, it was only like a small amount. But luckily that was there because we wouldn't have known because you can't.
Jesus
Like,
Christ, man.
it doesn't like. There's no signs of it, but except it could bloody kill you. That's it.
Yeah.
Carbon
Yeah.
monoxide. Carbon monoxide.
That's it.
Monoxide.
Thanks, Mum.
Thank you. But yeah, I'm alive. It was.
You're alive and well. You're here.
Yeah, yeah. So Rocco
Thank
did not
God.
even move.
Thank
But
God. What would I do
luckily
without you,
enough,
Rach?
it tells you how much is in the air. But we've got it sorted now, so that's good.
Jesus Christ, though.
Yeah,
That's quite bad.
it was scary. So even after, silent killer. So I'm so pleased we
Yeah.
had that alarm. Do you know what, guys? I would actually say get one of those testers for carbon monoxide because you can't smell it, you can't see it.
No.
And it's so dangerous.
So it's like
so
COVID, really, isn't it?
Yeah, so I would definitely if you get one of those. Questions for you both. Hi, Sophie. What is your favourite quote you have ever stumbled across? Sorry, I love quotes.
Oh, we'll both answer that.
Go on.
Go on, you go first, because it's your friend.
Oh, gosh. Do you know what? You put me on the spot. I'm trying to think.
Okay, I'll go first then. Oh,
Yeah.
I totally forgot. Hang on. If you change the way you look at things, the things around you change.
Yeah.
That's my favourite. Or feel the fear and do it anyway.
Yeah, that is actually my favourite. Feel the fear.
Yeah, it's our one, isn't it? Yeah.
I have. Do you know what? In my head, I've got so many, but when I'm put on the spot, I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, you're like, I don't know.
I did. I wrote something down. There is something that I wanted to say earlier. So you will always go through pain, but it is your choice if you want to suffer.
Yep. There's two perceptions of looking at it. You could literally look at it like, so I would say, right, how I look at life now. So I would be that person, right? Sorry to take over. I would be that person that would go, you know, when you're stuck in traffic, right?
Yeah.
And you would literally be like, for fuck's sake, I need to get somewhere. Oh my God, it's doing my head in. Stuck in traffic. Oh my God, doing my nut in. You could either look at it like that, or you could look at it another way and go, do you know what? The universe might be stopping me from getting killed on an accident somewhere else.
Yeah.
You know, everything happens for a reason. You could be stuck on that traffic jam where you could think to yourself, right, I'll ring my friends on hand free, you know, have a conversation with somebody that I've not spoke to for so long, and or think about something that you wouldn't normally think about. The universe works for you, not against you. So anything that happens to you negatively, you think negatively, it's not. It's how you look at it.
Yeah, yeah.
It's how you respond and how you react.
Yeah.
I've gone on a tangent there. Sorry.
I'm just trying to think of. Oh, actually, I'm going to read this out. I'm going to leave it at this as well. If anyone of you, it's about suffering as well. So I don't know if you've ever heard of it, the 4 Noble Truths. And it's in the Buddhist, you can read it in Buddhism. So the first Noble Truth is the truth of suffering. So it's about understanding that there is always going to be suffering in the world. You know, we can't not say that we're never going to suffer.
Yeah.
The second noble truth is the cause of suffering. So it's about finding out what the cause of suffering is. There's always a cause, whether it's depression, whether it's anxiety, whether it's fear, a phobia. It's about knowing what the cause is, because a lot of us are walking around in life just not even being aware of the suffering, just thinking, oh, I'm having a bad day today, and you might be feeling a bit anxious or anything like that. But you need to know also, so the third one is knowing that there is an end to suffering. And the more that you can stay on the path, like what me and Laura are doing on this spiritual path, the sooner you can become free of that daily suffering.
Mm-hmm.
And the last one is the path that ends suffering. And this is the eightfold path, which again is what they learn in Buddhism. So it's about right speech, right action, right behaviours, right attitude, right philosophy of life. And I like this, as Brett would say as well, in a nutshell, in Brettism, it's about becoming a decent human being.
Yeah.
A lot of our suffering is self-inflicted and comes from a lack of awareness. So when this like literally means like just asleep, walking around sleepwalking, like I said.
Yeah, yeah, like
when
we
you're
have been.
asleep, you do suffer a lot more because you are unaware.
Because you have no idea. Yeah.
So that's something I wanted to share with you. And if you want to read about the Eightfold Path or the Four Noble Truths, I would definitely give that a little read as well.
Definitely.
Yeah, I will definitely have a few quotes ready. Do you know what? I'm not even going to lie.
I love a quote.
What I used to be, I find it hard to retain a lot of information. I will listen to quotes and hear quotes, and this is something I used to be like quite embarrassed about. Like, oh my God, I forget. But we're human. That we, we're not perfect, and my spelling as well. My spelling is so bad.
Yeah, but who cares about that?
That's why
Brett's spelling's atrocious on his
and that's why I love him, because
I love him for that. He's authentic. He doesn't care.
He doesn't realise how much that helped me, because he doesn't he's not like, oh, sorry guys, like, oh, I've done that.
Yeah, no, he's not. He's just like, I don't care. Do you know why? Because he doesn't care, because it's not about the spelling, it's about the message that he's bringing across to us. It's about the message, not the spelling. Who cares?
So if you feel like you're being held back in life because you feel like you're going to get embarrassed because of a certain thing that you may see as a flaw, don't. Just, do you know what I mean?
Just don't be scared. Like you said before, and I hope you don't mind me saying, like, when he was saying like, oh, okay, I can't spell that great or whatever, you brought up, I hope you don't mind me saying, but you were like, it's like being back at school, like you didn't want to put your hand up because you felt like you felt silly that you're going to ask the wrong question. And there's no wrong question, just be who you want to be. Stop caring about what other people think, because thinking about that is what is going to hold you back in life. And it's held me back for years. And I'm not about to let that happen anymore.
No. And we've done that today, and I'm so proud of you.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm going to read that message from Jane, and we'll leave it at there as well.
Yeah.
We have 45 minutes. We're like this.
Oh my God, have we?
Yeah, 46 minutes now. So Jane said, I'm going to leave you girls now. I live my life now by this. We are like flowers. We need the earth to grow, oxygen to breathe, water to hydrate, and sun to glow. Be the rose you're meant to be and grow.
Aww. I love that, don't we, Monkey?
Hello, pussycat.
Monkey's coming on the live now. Hi, baby.
So this has been absolutely amazing. This is our first live. Many more to come as well.
And
we will start adding people in as well, so we can sort of have like a little chat with them if they want to ask questions live.
Definitely.
So
it's just it's been a little bit all over, hasn't it? But it's been it's our first one. So thank you all for joining. We really appreciate that. Amanda's put, please do more lives. We will.
Definitely. 100%.
Amanda, let's get me dad on the next one. Woo! He needs this stuff. He needs this stuff. He does.
Lovely.
Right. We'll love you and leave you all.
Yeah.
Love you, Rach.
We sit on here for about an hour or 2 hours, me and you.
I know we would. We'd forget that everybody else was there, wouldn't we?
I know. Oh, thank you.
Thanks, Mum. Love you.
Thanks, Mum. You're my mum as well.
Right, Rach.
Love you.
Love you too, darling. And I'll speak to you soon.
Excellent. Bye.
Mwah. Goodbye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Oh, don't know how to get rid of it.
You just don't want to leave, really. You're just trying to wait for everyone to go. Bye bye.
Hello to all the followers.